This week on The Green Screen, how to succeed in business in a down economy. We'll meet some business leaders who are increasing efficiencies and reducing costs by going green. Our first segment comes from Portsmouth, New Hampshire, where last month Business New Hampshire magazine had their 4th annual Lean and Green Business Awards ceremony.
Today we are at the 2011 Lean and Green Awards presented by Business New Hampshire magazine in Portsmouth at the state's only LEED certified event center. This is our 4th year presenting. These are awards given to companies for either environmentally friendly products, environmentally conscious buildings, and also companies that have sound environmental practices. Their main purpose, though, is to show that being green is also financially a smart decision on companies' part. And so we take a look at award winners based on not only their green practices, but how they can show that they save on the bottom line.
And it was easy in the beginning, because you go after your envelope. So you go after the stuff with the highest ROI. So we went after our lighting, was the first thing. Then we went with the motion sensors. Then we went after all incandescent lighting. The cost of air, making air for manufacturing is huge. We went after our compressors, changed out our compressors. So as we've gone on, it's gotten tougher to prioritize. And you can't just do it on ROI at this point. You know, where some of the projects we do don't have a great return on investment, but it's the right thing to do.
Our attendees today are business leaders from across the state. Many of them are employees that work on green initiative committees at their workplaces, and HR executives as well. We looked around and saw that a lot of businesses were looking at how do they become greener, more sustainable, but we're also hearing from businesses that it's expensive, it's a lot of investment, we're not sure we want to make it. And we knew that that wasn't the case, that there are many things that businesses can do that are not only green, but that will not be as expensive to implement, or even if they are, down the road are going to save them money and affect their bottom line in a positive manner. And so we thought about what's the best way to bring around these best practices, and rather than just doing a story, we wanted to make this an annual event where we're really focused on who are the companies here in the state that are performing the best when it comes to green practices that save money, and really shining a spotlight on them. And we wanted to be the ones that shine that spotlight, so that's why we developed the awards.
We were very surprised and gratified to have won such a great award. I'm Melissa Aho with Ultra Geothermal Incorporated, and I'm the president of the company. I think some of the larger things that they looked at was our conscientiousness to reduce the impact that we had as far as fossil fuel use. We've gone into using much smaller vehicles from the larger ones that we used to use in the past. We have done a really good job at thinking about where do all of our materials and supplies come. Our heat pumps now are located only 400 miles from us when we used to get them from 1,900 miles away. So as far as the carbon footprint that we have on fuel and driving and stuff, that was one of their big factors. In addition to that, we've become pretty much a paperless company like many other people. We use a lot of email and do things via communications on phones or fax machines, so we're not sending as much paper or receiving it. In addition to that, our office at Geothermal has also been renovated to take on all of the renewable energy sources that it could have with the geothermals, and insulating it well and making sure that the heat loss is as low as possible. Lots of people in our company make comments about what we could be doing different. And on a point on that, which I find very intriguing, is the fact that recycling costs less money than actually throwing it in the trash. It's actually 50% less. So the more that we recycle, that trash pickup costs less than the regular trash. As far as the other initiatives, as trucks got older, we just decided to go in a different direction, because one of the biggest expenses in our office was our fuel costs, and that's all we do is drive every day to job sites and service calls. So that was a very conscious effort to try and reduce those out-of-pocket expenses. Ideally, I think that all of the people that came together to make the award possible, and in addition to that, the publicity that it got afterwards, lets the general public know what people are doing, and that just creates ideas.
First, you introduce a new award, you never know what the response is going to be. So you prepare for the worst and hope for the best. And our hope is the one that came true, thankfully. So we were overwhelmed by the number of responses our first year out for this award, and it really proved to us that there is a thirst and a hunger for that knowledge out there. And also, was a great showcase of just how many businesses in New Hampshire are really dedicated to green practices and not just greenwashing, not just saying that they're green by doing things that you would normally do, but really looking at innovative ways that they could save money in their businesses while being good environmental stewards.
How do we go about making changes or thinking of the changes to be made? This can really help on an all-round scale, all types of consumers, and it doesn't have to be businesses looking to win the award. What we do for changes is what everyone can do on a small level, and I think it's very important that all of these organizations keep putting out the word to consumers so that they know what their options are.